Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Today I will address a fundamental question at the intersection of epistemology, cognitive science, and digital culture. Does the internet enhance or diminishes human intelligence? This problem is crucial because it impacts how we think, learn, and engage with information. In an era where knowledge is instantly accessible, some argue that the internet amplifies our cognitive capabilities, while others claim it is eroding our capacity for deep thought and reflection. This debate fits within a broader philosophical discussion about the nature of intelligence. If intelligence requires deep critical thinking, sustained focus, and problem solving, does the internet facilitate this process or does it promote intellectual fragmentation and superficiality? To explore this, I would examine competing perspectives, defend my position, engage with a counter argument, and ultimately advocate for a balanced, literacy driven approach to digital intelligence. To start off, I want to mention that there are several philosophical and cognitive perspectives that attempt to answer this question, in which one of them is by Nicholas Carr. Here's his standard form. But pretty much the cognitive degradation hypothesis by Nicholas Carr is that the internet promotes surface level thinking, in which weakens our ability to focus and retain information. It conditions us for an instant gratification, reducing patience for deep intellectual engagement. True intelligence requires sustained contemplation, which digital culture discourages. Moving along, we have the hypothesis by Peter Norvig, in which the internet actually expands our access to knowledge. Instead of weakening it, it advances and accelerates our intellectual progress. Digital literacy enables individuals to create, synthesize, and apply information effectively. Historically, skepticism towards new information technologies have been proven to be unfounded, like writing and the printing press. The internet is neither inherently beneficial nor harmful. This is my argument because it affects how we use it. Superficial engagement fosters cognitive degradation, but intentional structure use enhances intelligence. The key is cultivating digital literacy, self regulation, and deliberate learning strategies. I argue for the contextualism approach, in which the internet amplifies both intelligence and distraction, and its impacts depends on the cognitive habits we develop. This position is superior because it accounts for historical trends, neuroscientific evidence, and empirical research on digital condition. Instead of treating the internet as inherently determined or beneficial, this framework recognizes its dual nature and calls for an intentional engagement strategy. The reason why this perspective is the most reasonable is because cognitive tools shape, it's not replace, and it does not replace intelligence. Socrates criticized writing for weakening memory, yet literacy expanded intellectual capabilities. The printing press and calculators face similar skepticism, yet they have empowered deeper cognitive work. The internet, like previous technologies, it's a tool that enhances or diminishes intelligence depending on its use. The brain adapts based on habitual use, in which we can call this the neuroplasticity and attention control, that distractions reinforces shallow thinking but deliberate deep readings in which it strengthens our focus. Studies show that digital literacy training improves analytical reasoning, proving that the internet's effects are not fixed but malleable. There was research that I wanted to use in which we see as well in the standard form is that the Pew Research, in which reports 81% of experts that believe the internet enhances cognition, which provides users engaged deliberately. Thus, the problem is not the internet itself, but rather how individuals interact with it. Responding to critic in proclaiming deep thinking, I would say that many of these objections raises a legitimate concern in which I argue that deep thinking is not irreversibly lost. It is a matter of intentional cognitive training. I would say that neuroplasticity supports cognitive restoration, in which distractions can be reinforced. Deep focus can be cultivated through structured habits like long form reading, meditation, and knowledge synthesis. Also, the brain imaging studies can confirm that deliberate cognitive training strengthens deep engagement skills. If approached as a creation tool rather than a passive consumption medium, the internet supports analytical thinking, in which techniques like structured research, information filtering, and digital fasting can counterattack the distractions of online culture. The problem is not the internet, but the lack of training in its mindful use. Here's my conclusion. The internet does not inherently make us smarter, or dumber. It is a cognitive amplifier that reflects our habits. The responsibility falls on our individuals, educators, and society to cultivate. We have to be aware of the digital distractions and their cognitive impact. Not only that, but deliberate engagement strategies for deep learning and critical analysis. Institutional support for digital literacy education, which equips future generations with cognitive resilience. Rather than asking whether the internet makes us intelligent, we must ask, how can we shape our digital habits to cultivate intelligence in an online world? Thank you.